Alright, so we picked up very late on the 1st of Oktar. Hennevé just buried deep in the underbelly of Drakesburg in the sewers. And Kedox had put his little clawed foot through and broken a silver wire, and nothing happened. But Claire and Silverius, after the description, definitely understood that this was a alarm spell, and someone was notified of that happening. Through some careful attempts, Kedox tries to convey a welcoming sense and is blinded for his efforts, but does see, thanks to blindsight, a slender figure step out from behind some boxes, and there's a brief stare off. Eska sends a message, and Lavinia, the person you were sent to find, responds. There's a little bit of convincing that goes on, and Lavinia agrees to come with the group as long as they can figure out a way to get past the creatures identified as Otyugs, which are essentially filth monsters. Bador senses aberrations, fiends, elementals, undead, and dragons in the area. So that's cool. And Kedox is set forward as a distraction to what'd you call it? Like attract the attention of the Otyugs, and then there's some sneakies who sneak through the room, Eska using magical guidance to turn her very bad roll into a very good roll. The Otyugs do not see the group sneaking past them on one side because they are distracted by Kedox, and try to reach out and grab him. Smoky cast pass without a trace, and there's some hissing nearby. Ludicrous stealth rolls are rolled, and the group manages to escape back and join back up. As they're sneaking past, the Otyugs reach out and catch Kedox and splat him out of existence temporarily. Lavinia takes Bardor's tabard and Eska's breechcloth as a headscarf, and Bardor just uses disguise self so that he looks like he did before he gave up the tabard.
Good guy, Bardor.
Woo! Bardor gives Angus a bunch of money and says, "We were never there." And the group, after just briefly getting lost once, or at least not really lost, just a little turned around, the group manages to find the way to the exit outside the east gate, where they are outside of the city walls. And so we picked up, or we left off rather, with the group preparing to head out from the east gate area, overland, a little bit hilly, down towards Dark Orchard. But that way gets them away from the prying eyes of the city. Okay. Any questions, clarifications, so on and so forth?
Just because, well, two things. One, I was writing in my notes what Bardor sensed. Did he openly convey that to everybody, or did he keep the surplus?
I think, I don't think I gave details because I couldn't really I mean, it's just we had a discussion about like what I'm actually sensing and direction, et cetera, et cetera. So with it being vague, I think I just kind of said there's a lot of bad stuff like around here, basically.
Okay. So I want to make sure I knew how much I knew.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact wording, although something along the lines of, there's a lot of bad stuff around here. Sounds familiar. Can I get a marching order, please? I mean, technically, you could just walk 7 wide, if you wanted to. I'll leave that
A
up
sweet pattern.
Delta formation.
Flying V, anybody?
All right. I mean, I feel like, as always, like, perhaps Eska and I can go ahead, scout out a little bit, scout ahead.
That's possible, although I do quite often take the back just to keep an eye. So somebody would have to take my position of holding up the rear.
If you wanted to switch off, we could do that. I could guard the rear and you could pathfind.
Oh. I don't know, I doubt I've got better survival than you, not to meta this out too hard, but gotta have some
doing it anyway.
You've gotta have some good survival.
So Varius takes the lead.
Yeah, right.
Got no people skills or survival skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Soliloquying the entire time.
I'm honestly happy to sit at the back. I wouldn't be surprised if... I mean, I know Smokey's usually happy to... Oh, Smokey might have joined. But I know Smokey's often happy to hang up there, so you could maybe have Smokey up with you, and I'll keep my rear position. I'm just usually aware that the rest of our party isn't like amazing at perception, so I do like to kind of hang at the back.
Yeah, it's dark right now. I'm in the middle. So Varius is not.
Are you gonna? Is Silvarius
in
gonna?
His element?
Eska might suggest to Lavinia that she stay within touching distance of Silvarius, and you can bodyguard her potentially.
Yeah.
Meat shield,
Yeah, she would block a couple arrows.
That's not the way round.
Oh.
All right, so Cosette, you just sort of gonna hang in the middle as well?
Yeah, she tried to be by Lavinia.
Do you want to be next to her, in front, behind?
If nobody's bringing up the rear, then I will. I couldn't remember.
I think was Eska at the back in the end?
Yeah, I'll be right at the back.
Okay, then I'll be kind of between Eska and Lavinia.
Okay, let's do.
She'd be right with Claire then, right? Like I said.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So we've sort of got Bardor and Smokey up front, then Silvaris and Lavinia, Cassette and Claire, and then Eska as the caboose.
Sounds good.
Okay, and what's the Hi, Angie.
Hi.
Hello.
Saw you were in the call. Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Do we need to rebar her?
I already bardored. I just muted Discord while I did that.
Ah.
Interesting.
But does that work if we're not all
I don't think it
bardored?
works. I don't think it works, but I did it anyway.
But it's funny. And that's what matters. Rich, just line it up. Line all the bardos up like you always do.
Andy's
That is going to
recording
throw
really
me off
weird.
quite badly.
And then-
yeah.
Yeah, and then right in the middle of Phil giving a recap, you're going to get me going, hello!
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh dear.
All right, so Bardor and Smokey. So the group right now is basically just outside that grate, essentially, away from the prying eyes of the. Like you can quickly move, and I'm sure you would move out of the vision of the guardhouse and the guards and the walls and whatever. So there is a road that just kind of leads out into the hills. You could take that. That's obviously what the east gate is kind of attached to. There's never really been any discussion about what's down that road, but there is a road that leads east, away from the city. So you could follow that and see where it takes you. Or you can go right along the edge of the wall. Or you can kind of go more like a northeast, which would take you somewhere in the vague direction of either West Meandering or Dark Orchard. Unclear. Without being able to kind of get up higher and then look down from the hills and see exactly where you're at.
Wait, hang on. We're down here, aren't we?
You are down. Yeah. Yes. So yeah. What is your intended direction?
And just we were trying to take the path less traveled, right? That was
so.
what we decided. Okay.
Yeah. I don't really want to stand by the wall or stay near the wall because all the guard presence. So take off through the hills as much as possible. I would think.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Why don't you draw me on the map an intended path?
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
We want to do that, Angie?
I will try. I will draw freehand.
You can just do like the first, couple of squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, whatever.
Oh, I can
Just bearing in mind-
I barely noticed that there were squares.
Only in the city.
But if it helps, you can't see what's sort of beyond the hills, obviously, because there's hills in the way. So realistically, you could probably. Oh my goodness!
Oh wow, that got fun. I bet that was rich, wasn't it?
It's just testing.
We'll get there
Yeah.
eventually.
We don't have the rations for that.
Or the rationale.
I noticed that the color matches Rich's color. So yeah, I would say you could probably draw up as far as the second set of hills moving away from you.
Okay.
And so you can plan that far, and we'll just see if you get there.
How's that for a path, guys? Is that what we're thinking, or?
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. Just get out of
Okay.
get out of the city. Like we're just walking out, and then once we kind of like break contact with the buildings, we proceed north.
And
Yeah.
he cannot see anything, so looks good.
All right. Go ahead. Let me have Smoking Bardor. Either both roll survival or one with advantage, please.
How do you want to run it, Angie?
Okay. Well, you probably have pretty good survival too, eh?
Yeah,
Yours might be ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous. But if you feel like you're all right at it, I'd say we both just run it.
Okay. Yeah, let's both roll.
Okay.
Whilst they're doing that, Eska does ask for a cloak back from Silvarius.
He, yeah, takes it off and hands it right back. Probably kind of short tosses it to you.
She doesn't catch it. She just like slips under it so that it lands on her and is in place.
Smooth.
I rolled a 12.
I got a 22.
Alrighty. Okay.
Oh, ours are similar. I have a +6, but I
Okay.
rolled a 6.
Ooh.
Alrighty. So you as a group start heading out away from the city first, like wiggling through some of the path and buildings. You do have to cross the street at one point, which gives a straight shot down towards the gate. As you look back, there's very little movement going on down there. You can kind of make out at least one guard on top of the wall, but he doesn't seem to be paying you any mind. And so you start to head out away from the buildings and away from the road. Eska,
Mm-hmm.
as you are getting away from the buildings, you hear, because it's pretty quiet right now, not a lot of hustle and bustle, it's just gone midnight. You do hear a dull metallic thunk behind you.
Does that seem like the kind of thunk that would relate to anything? I would imagine. Is it like a portcullis or
I don't know.
something?
Yeah, probably not as large as a portcullis.
Okay. It doesn't sound like the gate that we came out of. Does it?
Could be. You guys didn't thunk it ever.
That's fair. That's fair.
You were trying to be quite careful about things.
Okay. And how far are we from the walls?
So when you hear this, you're probably I would say a good 300 feet from the walls, maybe more.
Hmm.
That 100 yards? Yeah, no, probably more than that actually.
Okay. And are we going normal pace? We were going normal pace at the moment, right?
No one said otherwise, so I'm assuming yes.
Eska will,
And you would be probably this would be as you are leaving, just getting past the houses,
okay.
like the last couple of houses, and you're already off the actual established trail and starting to go into the wilds.
Okay, Eska will say, let's go, she'll get them to pass the whisper forge to say, let's go slow for a little bit. I heard a noise behind us and I want to keep a quiet profile till we get a little more clear.
Okay.
So you're wanting to move to a stealthy movement then, essentially?
Yeah. Just for now.
Are we being stealthy without trying to look stealthy? Like,
We're clear of the houses now, so it is weird to have a group out here. So I think the advantage of looking normal is past, potentially, if you see what I mean. If we're on the road,
Okay,
it kind of
so-
makes sense. But once we've gone off the road, I feel like we look conspicuous whatever we do. So,
right. But
not
before we leave, was there street light available enough to kind of see a little bit?
There would have been, yeah.
Just from like an observation, looking at Lavinia, does she look like okay? Malnourished, kind of. What's her state of rest? I guess, like in appearance wise.
Yeah.
ready
Fair.
to like hike over the hills.
She looks definitely run down. There, if you kind of get a look at her eyes, they are steely and determined. So, she's been kind of holed up in her little nook there for a few days at least. It was a little bit hard to gauge exactly. The calm were not able to give you a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they didn't give you a lot of information. Whether they could have given you more, I don't know. But yeah, she does look a little worse for wear. Probably not excellently rested, given that she was kind of on edge so much. So may have had a hard time getting into her trance state properly. But she's not, like, her eyes are kind of like a little dark, like dark circles, but she's walking easily in pace with you, and actually you would think that she'd be very capable of walking a little faster than most of you. She has quite long strides. And yeah, definitely sort of like, she's been through some stuff, but it's not stopping her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she looks, steely enough. That's good enough for Sylvaris.
I have a quick addition to that. I don't remember you telling us, but you may have done. Does she seem like she is... what does she seem like she is? Does she seem somebody capable of fighting? Do we get the sense that it has an essence of magic about her, or is she just maybe she's just a spy or something? Like, what does she present with?
So she's wearing fairly sort of like nondescript, like everyday clothes. There's nothing, the I guess sort of like city garb.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not in like fancy robes. She's not in armor. It's just fairly sort of, like, I would imagine it to be shirt and trousers, probably. Dirty, but not like torn apart or anything like that. You assume that she has some magical capability, given that she was able to place that alarm to protect her area. And she also, I believe, sent a message to you. So you know that she has some magical capabilities. Exactly what is unclear.
Okay.
Blinded my pseudo dragon.
That's true. She did also blind. There was a burst of light that blinded Kedox briefly.
Gotcha.
Although that was less effective than she anticipated.
Blindside. She was blindsighted.
Exactly. All right. So if the intent then is to move quietly, not necessarily look like you're tiptoeing around, but just move with the intent of not making noise, I would like everyone to make a stealth check, please.
Any preemptive?
I can do pass without a trace.
Alrighty. Everyone may add 10. Whew. Make sure you're marking off your spell slots.
Yep.
Heyo.
Just a little 30.
I needed it.
100%.
Oh! 20 for Sylvaris.
29.
Jeepers.
36.
25.
Did you keep that receipt for that pass without address? Because we might be able to return it. I don't know that we needed it.
Well, you do have disadvantage, right, Cosette?
I do have?
Don't tell her
do
that. She
have-
rolled so well.
Oh yeah.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Claire too, though.
Oh yeah, no, Claire did not roll good.
Oh. Back
There
to
it is,
normal.
16.
Yeah, Claire got a 12.
That way, Sylvaris can scowl at Cosette about choosing the armor. There we go. Feel vindicated.
Just every session, you got to get one judgmental scowl, and
I should clarify. Claire got a 12 after pass without a trace.
Ooh, extra scowls.
I feel like Sylvaris was doing well and was going to get like a 15, but then scowling at Cosette brought it down to a 10.
He's too focused on the delivery.
He's so angry that he actually loses his self.
It just makes him more loud when he's like, I told you.
Yeah.
All right, let me get a note of these. So, Cosette ended up with a 16. Claire with a 12.
I like to think that we were all
Lavinia-
crawling along the floor and Sylvaris stood up in a bit of rage. as he always has to.
I tried to write Bardor, but my fingers wrote Stealth as his name, which I guess is appropriate.
Synonymous.
How about that?
I was gonna ask Angie if that was before Pass Without a Trace, but then I realized the number's 29, so never mind. Lavinia got a 21. Who am I missing? Oh, Silver.
20.
All right, so you do slow down. To maintain stealthy movement across land, you have to go to half speed. So you'll be moving slower, but quieter and drawing less attention to yourself. So for Bardor and Smokey, you, to give you an idea of what you're looking at, the hills do sort of like slowly rise up in front of you. You can tell that this peak here is probably the highest point that's close to you. So based on the route you're sort of aiming at, you'd be kind of like going to the right of the first major hilltop, thus keeping that higher point between you and the city. And the ground is there's grass that's in places giving way to prickly gorse, which is, you know, like most places like 2 to 3 foot tall. Can't really see the color of the flowers, but there are some flowers that are clinging on for dear life as the cold weather comes through. And if you do brush against any of that, it's going to be a little prickly. Not in a, you know, hit point reducing way, just a ow kind of way. There's no discernible path, so you're just sort of like heading up, trying to aim to keep that first hilltop to your left as you move up. So we're sort of like moving up towards here now. Is anyone doing anything else as you move your way into the lower foothills here?
Just keeping an ear out for any more noise or vision behind of anybody doing anything.
Understood. Make a perception check for me.
Smokey would also like kind of casually keep checking the sky just in case.
Okay, you can also make perception.
10.
Okay.
Were you just listening, or were you also looking around?
I was doing both.
Oh, I imagine I would just be listening. I don't know if it's enough to grant you advantage.
Yeah.
21.
I think that's fair. We can have advantage on that one first.
Okay.
21. Okay. As you you look up, big improvement.
11.
So Smokey, as you're sort of like looking up, you see a pretty clear sky, which is contributing to the cold factor. It is definitely well below freezing at this point, by quite a few degrees, so it's chilly. And you do have to move softly to keep some of the grass is already starting to crisp up a little bit with the chill. And as you sort of look around, you do see over on towards the top of the hill to your right, you see what look like it's probably some sort of small herd of wild cattle type creatures. Hard to be certain from here. There's enough moonlight to kind of make out their shape, but they're far away enough that your regular dark vision can't really give you more than the sense of there's some large looming shapes over there. They don't appear to be threatening, right?
Okay.
Eska, looking back and listening, you do not hear any more clangs or anything like that. Currently, you don't see anyone following you.
Alrighty.
So continuing on up towards that first crest, yes? Well, not quite the crest, but you know what I mean. Towards the upper parts of the hill. Your lungs, all of you, are probably starting to hurt just a little bit. Even though you're moving slowly, you are going up, and it's very cold. So you're having to breathe in this very cold air. Some of you may be a little bit more familiar than others. I imagine that Sylvaris has a little bit more experience in this type of climate than most. Just from where he was before all this started. But it's definitely colder than anything you've really experienced since this all began.
I didn't realize that these were literal mountains.
It's not mountains. These are still just hills, but it's enough that when you're walking up it, it's not a flat walk. And you know, you're in armor, you're in very cold air, and it just burns the lungs a little bit. It's not having an effect on you beyond discomfort.
Below freezing's cold though.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know that you were necessarily prepared for that kind of climate. Let me get perception checks. Perception? Sure. Let me get perception checks from front and rear again, please.
As in Bardor? Or...
whichever of you two, I guess.
Well, I rolled it.
yeah,
I
fine.
thought we were both gonna roll, but I got a 10.
Well, you both can roll if you want.
Yeah.
16 at the back.
Ooh, not as good this time. 11.
Okay. Eska.
Eska prequel. I just noticed that.
Yeah, what's up with that?
You're using the wrong sheet.
I'm using the right sheet. I'm just using the wrong pic. I just wanted to have the additional picture.
Eska, as you look back, the group has just passed a section of exposed rock. There's a little cut through where it looks like maybe it's a dried up stream bed or something that had come through here, and then forked off where these where the rock is exposed. There's to the left and right there's a little bit of a rise, and then the little stream bed kind of keeps heading essentially north of where you're at. As you look back down where the stream bed was, you think you see some movement. And you kind of stop and look. And you become very confident that you are in fact seeing movement. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to move everyone to a new map.
Uh-oh.
What? I feel like this is going to bode well.
I mean,
It's a great sign. It's a great sign.
Great.
it is a great, very great sign.
It's probably some like abandoned treasure or something.
This is
Ooh,
the
I like
map of
that.
winning. Yeah.
Well, quick look around for treasure.
All right, can you see the map?
Roll for treasure.
Yeah. That's a very
Can you-
nice looking map.
Thanks to Dungeon Fog.
And brought to you by not our sponsor, Dungeon Fog.
Exactly. So, to the southwest, where basically along that bed you see a couple of shapes moving low to the ground. Basically one either side of the of this stream bed that's heading that you sort of followed briefly. They are right at the edge of your dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
And the moon is kind of lighting them up a little bit. You would say they are pretty low to the ground, a little bit scaly, quite large.
Possibly Lacertian.
You would say, yes, Lacertian vibes.
So Silvarius is in front of us somehow.
So they blend in quite well on this map. Which also makes it harder to see them. But you also hear the movement as you hear the sound of scaly tails sliding through the slightly cracking grass. And they are moving at a steady pace, which you would definitely say is faster than you guys are going right now.
And in our direction?
Towards you. Oh, yes.
Do I have
Heck are
a
those?
do I have a moment to react?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. I'm going to say we have company behind us. Something moving fast towards us. Get ready. And then honestly, I'm probably just gonna move over to the side and keep turned and draw my bow just in case.
Let's have everybody roll some initiative. Let
Oh,
me
boy.
clear this off first. Remove everything.
Can I get a quick, just
Something or someone.
Yes, you can absolutely say that. We'll see if Eska has a chance to respond on her turn.
Oh no. Okay.
So the best way to do this is click on your character on the screen, and then click initiative on your sheet, and it should drop it in.
Woohoo! 16.
Theory.
Ha.
24.
Yo.
7. I was
Big five.
completely unaware.
I'm still drawing things.
Angie wants to go that
Green
way.
laser.
Oh my.
How do I undo?
Phil can get rid of that probably.
You should just be able to click and delete.
I did indeed click
Oh,
and delete.
Thanks. And I don't... How do I get myself on there? I rolled a 18.
You click on your character. You know what? If you rolled an 18, I'll just do this. There we go.
Okay.
Let me just check. There wasn't anything weird here, right? I don't believe so. Okay. Okay, and then
Natural 20 for Claire.
Nice.
did anything else show up on the thing there?
Claire did.
Yeah, Claire.
Only Claire?
Yes.
Oh, everybody else is there too.
Hang
There's a
on.
Blank 18.
On the turn order thing?
There.
Oh, I think the
There's a 13.
blank 18 is Smokey. There's a 13?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
that's what I
have
was
to
checking.
you have to expand your list. Drag it down.
Yeah, that's
Drag
funny.
it down. My mouse is struggling. Come on. You can do it. You can do it.
Wow. Nothing. Don't worry. Nothing happened there.
Good.
What?
Okay. So, Bardor,
Yarp.
you are up first. Now that you have been alerted to their presence, you see two, especially with your improved dark vision, you're able to see them from here. They are quite a way away. They are from you. They are like right at the edge of your dark vision right now.
Are they those?
They are those.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see a pair of weaveworms heading your way.
That's what they are.
Phil, I don't know if you want to make them show a penny, but this is a little thing that I found can be helpful in this situation. I sometimes put like a very tiny aura around them, and that just like lifts them off the background ever so slightly. But
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Wow. I actually do see them now. I don't know if you did something.
Yeah,
to
I was
them,
gonna say.
But I was like, yeah, previously I did not see them outside those dots.
Yeah, same.
They blend in so well.
They really
It's
do.
too big.
It's terrifying. And the stink bug just popped up next to me in my house and scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh my gosh, it's here.
this is immersive.
Yeah. Way to go, Phil.
Why is James on the initiative track?
Yeah, right? I just run away.
Okay, so yeah, you see coming towards you these two large lizards. They are moving at a decent whack, heading your general way. Their tails sliding through the grass and forked tongues flicking
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah. Okay. Can I do a quick perception to tell if they like can sense us, or that they're just kind of randomly going?
I don't think you need to roll for this necessarily. I can just tell you, they seem to be heading straight for you guys. And I would say you saw Eska kind of shift off to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess left as you're looking back. They look like they're heading towards you at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Light is quite low, of course.
Right.
There is moonlight around, but it's not great visibility right now.
Right.
I'd say everyone's kind of in low light.
Okay. Well, this is grand. Okay. How tall are these hills? Are they cliff-like? Are they...
So, yes, to your left and right, the sort of the highest point, which I'm just going to draw. Wow, that's unfortunate. I was going to draw and it was giving me a green for some reason. It's not very helpful. So here and here on this, the height difference is about 20 feet.
Oh.
So it's pretty significant. And then it eases up to the point where it's the same height once you get to sort of here and here and here.
So, yeah, we're in a bit of a... We're boxed in a little bit. Okay, so... Okay. I'm gonna whisper out and say, we could have just stumbled into an ambush. Keep an eye out behind us. And I will go ahead and what's the rocks here? Are those high? Or
they would certainly offer some cover from the south. At the tallest, which would be sort of like right there-ish.
Yeah.
Would be about 10 feet high.
Okay.
And then assorted other bits would be, anywhere from a foot to sort of 7 or 8 feet high. So, yeah,
So,
there's definite cover options there.
So if I were to move, let's see, do that little pulse thingamajiger. Okay, so I'm planning on like running to, if you can see I don't know if you can see that.
Yep,
okay.
I can.
So I was planning on running to like about here or so. Would I be able to see over from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see the one that looks to have a slightly red hue. You probably wouldn't be able to see the one who has a slightly blue hue.
Okay, so I'll go there. Probably turn around. And all right. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to attack it. I'm not going to give this a chance to close in on us. Let's see. Yes, so I will just take a shot at the red one.
All right, go for it.
I sense threat. I go kill. Let's see. I'm not going to do any spell stuff. I'm running a little tired. Been a long night.
It has been a very long night.
It has. So let's see. We will go with... Do you know... Oh, well. Will I be able to garner sneak attack from this? If they notice my presence or anything?
They cannot see you. Or at least, you don't think they can see you. So, yes, you would have advantage on the shot.
Okay.
And therefore sneak attack.
Huzzah. Let's see. The longbow, what is it, 70 feet? I am, in theory, still within short distance. Alright.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because it's 150, 600.
For a longbow?
That's what it says here, which seems pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
It's been a while.
It doesn't come up very often.
No. Good gracious. Alright, so sweet. Alright, so did the sneak attack. Sorry, this is taking so long, everybody.
The first combat in like 3 years.
Yeah, right. So
It has been a while.
Advantage, sneak attack, and okay. So let's see, a 17.
Okay, 17 does hit.
So it looks like combined that's 12 with the regular roll and then the d6 from the ambush.
Okay. So you shoot out and you hear, I can just about see the arrow kind of dig in to the large muscly shoulder of the weave worm, and it cries out a little in pain, and there's a sniff, and then it kind of starts looking towards you. You definitely feel like it knows where you are now.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep laying into it. Taking disadvantage off or advantage off.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Uh, 15.
15 just hits.
All right. So that's 7.
All right, another shot into its thick hide. It again is angry, but is, by and large, you've just made it angrier so far.
Sweet. All right. Well, Dread Ambusher, I get a third shot.
Mm-hmm.
And this. Yeah. All right. So with this one, I, in theory, get an extra 1d8 if I hit.
Yep.
So let's do this one. $19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
And that's 9 damage.
Okay. So you land 3 blows into this creature. It briefly staggers and then keeps heading towards you.
Okay. So with my Dread Ambusher ability, I get an additional 10 feet. So I've got 15 feet remaining. If possible, I would just sort of like to start climbing up rocks. Or like,
Yeah.
maybe like here or something. That's
I would say
for one back.
maybe go back. Yeah, go one back. I
Okay.
think that's reasonable.
Okay.
Alrighty. And I realize I kind of plopped you all down there. Vaguely in sort of the order that you were marching. If you wanted to adjust that, by all means, you could have. It's been a while since we've had a combat like this, so yeah. I'll give everyone a quick sort of like free adjustment. I mean, I figured in terms of the vague marching order, it's probably accurate. But, if you wanted to be closer or further apart or however you want to adjust, feel free to have a quick free adjust.
I feel like I was placed okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I felt like I
Same.
was
Yeah.
fine. So
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because I realized I just kind of plopped everyone down. So, yeah.
We were traveling over land. I mean, it was just as good as I would imagine where we were.
Okay. Alrighty. So, next up is not Claire. Um... So, Bardor, you probably have the best view of this, because I think most people are still probably a little far out from what's going on. You see the weaveworms kind of react as something close to them moves. And then in front of you, you see there's like a static buildup. And then all of a sudden a burst of light from just next to the fork in front of you.
Oh boy.
Right about here.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
think I saw that.
Right about there. So can you see that line showing up right now?
Negative.
No.
Oh. Linger? Nothing showing up?
No.
Mm-mm.
But it says broadcast to others. It's supposed to be broadcasting. Alright, I'm gonna freehand this and try and match the line I drew. Oh, that got wibbly. Can you see that line? Oh, I see why. Okay, I figured it out. Can I? Hold on. Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Can I move?
Technically?
Okay. Figured out what the problem was, everybody. I was on the wrong layer.
That'll do
So.
it.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Can we see that?
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Okay.
That was kind of creepy.
So, Bardo, you see this static build up, and then suddenly this burst of incandescent blue-white energy shock across up the hill to your left. I am going to need...
Sorry.
No, that's fine. A dexterity saving throw from Cassette, Silverius, Lavinia, and Smokey.
Oy vey.
Did I mention
Wrong
that I
language.
was gonna spread out a little bit?
We should have took the
I forgot.
cue.
You really just placed this on the map, Phil. I mean,
Natural 20.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
DC is 15.
30.
Natural 20 fails. I'm sorry.
this is a dexterity saving throw.
That is correct. Also, Cassette, you are within 10 feet of some
10
people, right?
feet, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And
Not I.
+2, right? Charisma modifier?
Yeah, plus charisma mod.
Oh, we get +2 for.
+2.
Yeah.
If you're within 10 feet of me.
I'm still just short 1.
Okay, so...
Ooh, 22.
Nice.
22. And is that with your extra plus? Yes, it is, right? Because you've got that baked in, I think. Your +2.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
That's a good
actually.
point.
Mine's did.
Because,
It must have, yeah.
yeah, I think it does. So... Oh, wow. Everyone saved really well. Well, most people. So, Savaris, you had an 8.
Up to a 10.
Up to a 10.
Yep. Thanks, Cosset.
Okay, yeah, I see. Alrighty. So, I'm gonna just roll some dice.
Oh boy.
I better know.
Herbert, no.
Oh, it's difficult when you can't actually hear them. Don't know how many are being rolled.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh.
Ah!
Okay, so it's 25 damage on a fail and 12 on a success.
Ouch.
So I would like to use my reaction to cast Absorb Elements.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And is a lightning blast?
That was indeed you would recognize that probably as a lightning bolt spell. Yes.
Okay. Savaris, he whips his hand up and does a quick gesture, and a bunch of that energy kind of like, as it's pulsing through him, a bunch of it kind of goes up into his hand as he closes it, and it sort of traps it.
Nice. So you you take half damage now too, right?
So I take half damage, and I now have resistance, well, just, until the start of the next turn to all subsequent lightning damage.
Yeah. Alrighty. Bador, you see standing at the source of the burst of light a familiar creature you haven't seen in a while.
Oh no.
Tall,
Oh no.
robe waving behind it.
Unless you've been
A
playing Baldur's Gate.
large head. With tentacles at
No. No. No.
and it looks over at you. Very distinctly. Looking right at you.
I don't like that.
Alright. So Lavinia did make the save. So she took half damage. She is looking okay for now. Some of her clothes now do look a bit damaged. Having said previously that her clothes were just dirty, they now are a little bit worse than dirty. Claire is going to try to take... actually, no, before she does that, she is going to... Remind me what this one does. Initially, yeah, she's going to throw out a bless. And hit Cosette, Silvarius, Smokey, and Eska with a second level bless.
Nice.
Claire is now
Make sure.
concentrating.
Check your bless box.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a box for that?
There may be, if we've added one for you.
On mine, it is
can-
under my saving throws. It is under the options, though, to have to set that.
Yes, it is.
1d4. Tick.
Yeah.
Got it.
But you roll with your dice anyways, though, so you should be good, Angie.
It's a 1d4 to anything? Or what's it specifically?
Saving throws and attack rolls?
Attack rolls and saving throws, yes.
Okay.
So good.
And then Claire is going to come and hunker down in between the rocks for now. And take cover from whatever is happening. And much like Bardor, well no, I think much like James, she's just going to say, no, 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 no. Let me just add a turn. Forget how to type. Make sure we sort. There we go.
Eli,
Smokey.
Eli, did you see my question in the chat?
Oh, no. So the first one I accidentally clicked on, I was not using.
Oh, you weren't using it. Okay.
That was because I accidentally threw it into the chat bar.
Oh, you can use it. You can use it when you know.
Yeah, it says like, yeah, you don't have to do it beforehand.
Okay.
So if
I just wanted to make sure.
If you know you're gonna fail. Yes. So since that would not do it, I went ahead and just absorbed.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All right, Smokey, you're up.
We don't do diagonals, right? Or do we?
How'd you mean?
They don't count
like,
extra
does moving as an extra movement to go diagonal?
Do you just?
No.
Yeah. Do you?
I just do it. A square is 5 feet, whichever way you move to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless you just skip over 10 and say you're just moving to that one and you point at it.
And we
Say,
can't
I want
move.
to move to that one.
Gotcha. We can't move through characters. Squares that characters are in, or can we?
You can move through an allied square, but it's half movement
Got
for
it.
that square.
Unless you're a halfling.
Okay.
Yes, I think halfling, as long as the person you're moving through is one size larger. One or more.
I'm going to use my feline agility, which lets me move double during combat.
Well,
And I'm gonna move over here. Oh no, I put it on the. Well, I pointed to where I'm going, but now I'm actually gonna move Smokey there.
alrighty. You are there.
And then I don't really think I have anything else fancy I'm gonna do. Let me just double check real quick. So I don't have.
What does Smokey think of this blue individual?
Oh yeah, good point. You can kind of make him out. It's hard. It's low light, so but you can see the tentacles writhing underneath.
He's terrified.
His face. Bardor, you can kind of make out. It's a detail you've probably forgotten. But you can kind of make out because your vision is just so good. He has this really nice breastplate armor on, and it has like spider webs that are built into the metalwork, but they seem to just slowly shift and move. Like the metal is somehow this rippling spider web.
Great.
Just thought I'd remind you of that detail.
I think that's all Smokey's gonna do for right now. He'll just be ready with a dart.
Okay.
If he sees it come around the corner.
Okay. All right. Sylvie, you're up.
Okay. After receiving that lightning blast, he bares his teeth and the electric static is still kind of pulsing throughout. And he focuses in and sees the purveyor. And his eyes get real aggressive. And let's do a self-imposed. Okay. He utters,
You.
and oops. Oh, sweet. I'll take 6 hero points from Cosette.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what just happened.
I don't know what it is either, but I'll take it.
What in the world?
What game are you playing?
I thought it was like inspiration, but it's not. Anyway, I don't know. Sorry, I was trying to find the
Hero
blessed
points.
thing.
Interesting.
So he moves. He kind of like swerves around Cosette, comes up around the corner, and he locks eyes with the purveyor. And his hand begins to radiate blue, and he's going to hold on to a I can't. Oh, man, I haven't looked at this in so long. He's going to hold on to a Ray of Frost cantrip at the purveyor, and if the purveyor attacks, he's going to release it at the same time. Is the trigger.
Okay.
And oh boy, what to say to this guy? He's just gonna stand there with his hand charged with energy, waiting kinda. That's it.
Okay. Next up, you see the two weave worms hurry up alongside. And you do note that they go a little bit faster than him. Just a little bit.
Little quick.
And actually, this one's gonna dash here. And this one's gonna dash here.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah, nope, they're happy with that. That's their turn. Eska, you're up. You see the two weave worms closing in on Silvarius.
Do they
And
look?
beyond that-
Do they look friendly or do they look not friendly?
So you would say on the scale of getting home from vacation and your dog is happy to see you, to you've accidentally got between a mama bear and its baby. They are definitely towards the mama bear and its baby end of the scale.
Okay, I suspected, but I didn't want to, make assumptions.
Yeah, no, they're like eyeing up Silvarius greedily.
And from my perspective, was it the one on the right that Bardur shot?
You can see a couple of arrows sticking out of, the one that's slightly reddish.
Eska is going to pull an arrow and fire at that same one then. I think that's how I do it. 20 to hit.
Yes, 20 hits.
And then that is going to be 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, the shot, it's barely more than a glancing blow against the thick scales of the weaveworm. But it does, you can tell, like, it cries out a little bit as the arrow hits and slices through and leaves a little mark.
Okay,
Definitely hit, but...
I appreciate that. Then I am going to cast Expeditious Maneuver, and I am going to scoot around the back of the hill and up on top. Take up position on top of the crest while I notch another arrow.
Alright, as you do that, you, well, I'll tell you what, when you get to here, you see, heading towards the top of the top of that cliff area, you see a Drake's Warden with a heavy crossbow pulled out.
Problem. Definite problem.
Oops. Didn't mean to throw the dart.
I would give you the option, as you see the since you're sort of like holding it to throw, you could absolutely throw it at the at one of those weaveworms if you want to.
I was trying to look at the range and I accidentally clicked on it.
Oh, what is the range?
Sweet.
2060.
Okay, so you would know that they are just outside your range still, actually.
So I wouldn't throw it if I knew that.
Yep. Sorry, James, go ahead.
James was just encouraging her.
Oh, I thought he said do we, but he was saying do it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. Carry on, everybody.
So Eska runs to the crest of the hill, notices a Drake's Warden pulling a crossbow, and changes her mind.
Yep.
And what she's going to do instead is she's going to run back and tuck in as close to the... I know it's not... like, as... There's not going to be as much cover, but she's going to try and hug as close to the side of the hill as possible. Just lean up against it as much as she can.
Okay.
And she's going to shout out, "There's more up top." I don't...
As you... Oh, sorry, finish what you're saying.
I don't know if she was going to say much more than that. Oh, you know what she might say?
Okay.
Drake's Wardens.
As you kind of turn back around and look across, you do see a couple more on the other side, also with crossbows.
Okay. That adds to my point, so I'm good. I'm done.
Alrighty. It is their turn. So he didn't even get a chance to see you. So these guys are just going to move up. And quick risk assessment. They wouldn't have seen anything that's happened so far. They're gonna try and pincushion Cosette. Because she's like right there. Oh. Also, I definitely neglected to put Lavinia on here. Just throw her up.
I was just
real
thinking that.
quick.
I was like, where's she at?
Yeah, that's my B. Bloop. Pop her in right there, and I will let her act quickly before these guys go into pincushion mode. She is going to disappear.
That's helpful.
We had her and we lost her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you know for now. She has poofed. I don't know that Esther would know what was happening there. I'm not sure if she'd be familiar with that spell. She was the closest to see what potentially what could have been happening.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3.
Bardur.
All right. Do a 9, 12, or 3 hit you?
So I was trying to look up what I got. Splint mail again.
You got your regular, I think.
Yeah, I don't have my adamantine,
No.
but I have regular split. But somehow
Yes.
my AC still, like, I never changed it. I guess it's at 11.
Oh yeah, that's not right.
So I was just trying to look up real quick and see if I wrote it down.
Splint should be 15?
Did
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Splint is was it Splint or was it? Yeah, Splint is 17.
okay.
Because it's just one down from plate. That makes sense.
Okay. So that plus
You
shield
did.
19. What were the rolls?
Yeah. 9, 12, and 3.
Oh, okay.
I rolled very badly. But so you see these you see the shots come in. And the one to the right, you're able to get your shield up and block it. And then 2 arrows just kind of thump into the ground near you. But you are unaffected for now. And it is your turn.
Okay. She is going to run up. These are large creatures, these weave worms.
They are indeed large creatures, yes.
So like that would be next to it. Okay.
Yes.
So she's gonna run up side by side with Silverius and then take a shot at this blue. See if I remember to play this game. Um, 18 to hit seems right.
Yep, 18 hits.
And that's adding in. It should get a +4, but I won't need to, right? To hit, that's plus.
That had a +8 on it.
I
So
don't
I'm thinking that must be including bless already, right?
know how.
Did you check it?
No, I don't.
No, wait.
I
No,
couldn't find
8
it.
is Cossette's strength plus
Hey,
proficiency.
That's just your... Never mind. Okay, yeah, I forgot how strong you were.
Okay.
So yes, you would have had an extra D4 on that, but you don't need it.
And then we're gonna try a divine smite to see if that'll.
Okay. Level 1?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's just
It's just
2d8.
2d8. Yeah.
So the regular damage was 9. The added damage is 8.
All right. How does that look?
Like just the attack or the damage?
Yes.
Yeah, she kind of comes up and she's trying to like put her back kind of towards Silverius to kind of like make sure they can't be flanked. So she kind of like comes in straight, but then kind of with a sideways like sweep across, hits the weave worm, and then kind of like puts her shield up after she swings it across and kind of like it's facing to kind of protect Silverius' kind of blind side.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's 17 damage.
I guess I'm always curious. Like I want to see like how Divine Smite works, because you kind of like know it hits, and then you just feel like this extra like bang, like burst. I don't know. I kind of imagine it that way. How it actually functions, but it's kind of a weird spell because like you know it hits, and then like as it's hitting, I imagine that's when like the magic goes through the.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think that looks like? You tell me.
Yeah, I think it just looks like a regular attack, and then when it hits this like yellow or kind of almost white like flash, and then like the weapon almost like seems to speed up as soon as it makes contact in it. Especially with the flail, it may even have like a little bit of like a trail, kind of like a sparkler.
Mm-hmm. Nice. All right. It takes the blow on the chin, possibly literally.
And she puts her shield up.
Doesn't like you.
Yeah, she puts her shield up, and she could care less about the behind her. Based on how bad those shots were, she just kind of puts all her focus on the worms.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to remind you that you do have a second attack if you would like to use it.
Oh yeah.
Just as a courtesy.
Thank you. 26 and
That
11
still hits.
bludgeoning. So she'll just come back across with her hand.
Backhand. Love it. That's 2 meaty hits. It tanks it. Like it's kind of shakes its head a little bit in pain and just reeling from the blow, but it's not going anywhere.
And I think that's it. I'm done.
All right, Bardor, things have changed.
Yeah, they have. He curses under his breath, and then I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark. I'm gonna have to use a 2nd level spell.
Okay. As you do so, you see the weave worms suddenly start glowing vibrantly. And nothing really changes, except they're now like bioluminescing aggressively. As Silverius and Cassette are kind of lit up now, as this aura kind of like beams out from them. Up close, you guys can see there's like this little moment. There's almost like stripes down their sides that, as you kind of hear Bardor muttering something, and then you just see down the sides. It's almost like at an airport they have the I think what is it, the Papa lights, where it kind of like does like a little streak of lights. It's like that. So you kind of see their sides just have this little, like almost like the little bits glow in sections down its flank before their skin kind of bursts with light. And their large fins on their back shoot up. So whereas before they were quite squat and low, all of a sudden they have a fin that sticks up about 6 feet in the air. Bearing in mind that these creatures are, close to 10 feet in length. And then it has this almost like a sail on its back that's now fully up. And they are looking angrier.
Good for them. Yeah, I'm going to pivot around and take a shot at the blue crossbowman on the top of the hill.
Okay. Is that who you marked?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Go for it.
Cool. All right. Oh boy. Let's see. That is natural 20 for a 29. It just rolled on here, I guess.
Yep, it sure did.
So that's
Let's roll everything for you.
14, 18, 22 damage.
Yep, that is. You see he's like holding his crossbow out looking for targets, and then this shot just comes flying through, thuds into his chest, and he almost collapses immediately. He is still standing, but he does not look good.
Okay.
That was a big hit, obviously.
Yes. Okay. Well, I will. I'll take another shot at him while he's staggering.
All right, go for it.
Arthur's just like, wrong place, wrong time.
That's a 25 to hit, and combined. Let's see, 14.
Yeah, no, that one just slunks into his chest again, and he slumps down in a heap. He is he's not moving.
Eska face palms. Now we've killed a Drake's Warden.
I mean, they're all on borrowed time. What can we say?
Can I move real quick?
Yeah.
On the plus side, that Drake's Warden will not be reporting us.
That's true.
I'm just gonna jump down behind this cover here.
Alrighty.
Look, man, they're attacking us.
He was actually coming up to help us fight the purveyor. Just
Yeah.
filled full of arrows.
Oh man, imagine if the other guy starts shooting a purveyor.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This chap's coming around here.
This chap.
Yeah, Shazbot.
The purveyor. I apologize. Thank you, Rich, for reminding me that, it's, yeah, well, all right, and then, we're just gonna do one of these, wrong way around. One of these.
To our first-time listeners, check out the purveyor in Season 0 of Fables from the Pickled Quipper.
There you go. He's
His
not
whole
said anything,
backstory.
right?
What?
He's not said anything, right?
The creepy Cthulhu thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is not.
As Smokey calls him.
Yeah.
Oh, that can't be good.
Okay.
He
So,
casts geometry.
Pythagoras.
A powerful wizard.
You wish. Okay, so he moves up, and you see those of you who do have a line of vision to him, which is not many of you right now, actually. You see him put his hands to his temples, and then you just feel pain. Bardor, Claire, Smokey, Silverius, Cossette. I'm going to need an intelligence saving throw, please.
That's not.
Okay.
That's not the good one.
Oh man, Triangle of Pain is a nasty spot.
Intelligence. Okay, so I benefit from Cossette.
2, 6.
Silverius, I can tell you failed.
Wait,
right now.
wait. So it's plus extra 2, so 14. And then I will... He ran out of range. I will cancel my reaction of Ray of Frost and use my thing that I accidentally clicked on earlier.
Yep. Okay.
Which is?
Arcane Deflection. Beep.
Okay.
18 for Silvarius.
Bless his saving throws.
Bless is saving
So
throws.
20
yes.
total. So,
Oh, that's right. Oh, it's okay.
Ooh, good work, Claire. Okay. Ooh, wow. Everybody passes.
Yep.
That was a good choice.
Even with the 6.
Ooh.
Oh, I did not see your save.
Ooh.
It was like, wow, this is a really, really
It's
easy
not as
spell
good as
to
we
pass.
thought.
Yeah, right.
The flip side is everyone dies.
it's not a mind flayer, it's just a squid that's like on this robot body. He's actually
Yeah.
Wow. Rolling very low.
Good.
So that is for those who passed, 7 psychic damage. For those who failed, Bardor, 14 psychic damage,
Uh-oh.
and you are presently considered stunned. Good for stunned. Sure, we'll go with this. I don't know. It's hard to pick the right thing.
That looks appropriate.
It'll do. So yes, there's just this aching pain inside your heads, all of you. And it burns. Bardor, you succumb to the pain temporarily and find yourself unable to move.
Considering what is going on, does that mean I lose concentration?
No. Well, you have to roll a saving throw.
Sure, but I didn't know if that was just like an auto like.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
So you can roll your con save. As can Claire.
Oh, yeah.
Claire passed.
Yeah. And
That's exactly what you needed.
it was on a 15, and then it rolled over.
Claire also succeeded, so she keeps up. Her bless, which is very good news. Okay, it has moved. It has attacked. That is its turn over. It is now Claire's turn. Claire looks around at Squiddy, sees Bardor just standing kind of numb. She's going to scramble over the rocks and shove Bardor with her action, which will snap you out of your stun.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, it's help action. Can de-stun. Pretty sure.
I'm not gonna tell you no. That's cool.
In this instance, I think that makes sense. I'm happy with that. And then she's going to. That's the wrong thing. Flare back. She's going to, with her bonus action, summon Claire's unicorn hammer.
I was waiting for it.
And Claire's unicorn hammer is going to swing. Yes, level 2. That sounds appropriate. So that is a 16 to hit. So the hammer comes swinging down towards the purveyor, and he's sort of like still recovering from doing this blast, and he sees this weird luminescent hammer and just puts out a hand and physically stops the hammer in its tracks. Unfortunately, not quite enough to damage him. Claire, seeing that, hops back into the relative protection that she's been able to find between some of the fallen rocks. Okay. Lavinia's turn. Smokey, you would probably see this. He suddenly appears, on top of the hill above you, pointing at the one remaining guard up there, and you see her start to, cast a spell. And let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's a fail. So she is now concentrating on a spell. You would, I'm confident, not know what spell is happening right now, but a spell is happening. So you see her concentrating, and you see the guy up there look absolutely terrified of her. That's all that happens right now. So she moves, casts a spell, he looks terrified. Smokey, your turn.
Okay. I am going to hop out here. That's 5. Wait, no, that's 2 spaces. 10. I'm gonna shoot at this guy with the red dot with my dart. So the D4 comes with your on your attack roll.
Yep. So you're shooting at, when you say this guy, do you mean the one next to Silverius?
Yes.
Okay. Step 5 feet closer. So he's in your short range. Oh, you know.
Oh, that's right. Because otherwise I would be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 16 plus 4 plus 6. 26 to hit.
All kinds of hits. Yep.
Okay. And then it's 1d4 plus 3. So 5 points of damage, piercing damage.
Okay. Don't like that.
And so I went 5, 10, 15. Okay. And 5, 10, 15. I will go here. Heading towards Eska.
Alrighty.
And that's all I have.
Okie dokie. Sylvaris.
All right.
So this
Go ahead.
the guy in red is still seems to be fighting fairly strong right now. And is glowing quite aggressively in your direction.
And the blue one as well.
Yes. Yes, he's far actually he's not far less damaged, but he is less damaged. Cosette did a pretty good number on him.
Mm-hmm.
But they both seem to be pretty stable on their feet still.
Right. This is with the purveyor moving out of range. The blast. Kind of frustrated from this. Sylvaris, he stretches out his hand directly in between the two of them. And his palm is facing down. He rotates it up, and he closes his fist and he yanks it back down to his side. And I'm going to cast a level 2 Thunder Wave.
That Con or Dex? I can never remember.
That is going to be popping it up in the chat. Level 2. Submit. Boom. A Constitution save. DC 14.
Alright. Chappie on the left. Gets an 18. Chappie on the right. Gets a 11. So it was 12 damage. So takes half. He takes all. And it's pushback. What's that? 5 takes half. Pushback 10 feet away from you. So he gets sent back here. Sent reeling by this burst of thunder. You looking at them now, you see that they both look a little shaky on their feet. Still okay, but not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And as you cast a spell, you see there's that glow again. It seems to get amplified. Not amplified. It's just like the way it like glows down their sides. You see that happen again. They are the same intensity of brightness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and he's just gonna kind of like make eye contact with Cosette and give her like a nod of thanks for joining him, and then he turns his focus towards the red one, and just kind of bears down, ready.
Okay. The red one eyes you up, and it locks eyes with you, and you see there is some intelligence there. This is not just a beast. This is something more. And you see the lights down its side, whereas before it was like the glow was going from head to tail. All of a sudden, it starts rapidly pulsing from tail to head. And there is a you see a little light but you feel it more as you feel the magical disturbance around you, as the weave is shaken. Cosette and Silverius, I'm going to need you each to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
As this burst of raw magical energy pulses across you.
I'll get here eventually. My menu's lagging.
Not ideal. 11 total.
Okay.
Sorry, my menu's lagging really, really bad.
No problem.
Is that with your bless, Cosette?
Yep, I rolled a 3.
You said Constitution?
Yes, please.
12.
12. That fails.
Ooh, you know what? I would do Arcane Deflection, but I think that I shouldn't have been able to cast my spell previously, so I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm not gonna do that because of that. I'm gonna take it. 14 with Cosette. I don't know that.
Gotcha.
What?
Okay, so you feel this burst of raw pulsing magic energy come across you, and then all of a sudden it gets sucked back towards this lizard in front of you. You don't take damage. However, please tell me what spell slots you have remaining.
I have one level. 1 level 2 and 3 level 1s.
And Cosette, what did you have?
I forgot to tick off my other one. So I have 3 level 1s and 2 level 2.
Okay. So Silverius, please roll a d4
Oh no.
for me. Cosette, please roll a d10.
4.
10.
Wow. That's unfortunate. So you feel this energy get drained from you. You both lose a level 2 spell slot
God damn.
as this creature just saps the energy from around you. You also see, as this happens, some of the injuries start to heal up a little bit. Almost like it's regenerating from this power it's absorbed.
Dick move.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what that does.
Cosette, you see the blue one come galloping back up towards you.
Hey guys.
And it is going to take a bite and swing its tail at you. 14, I believe, confidently misses. Ooh. The tail does not. The tail is a crit. And for once, you're not wearing adamantine armor.
Oh.
I've crit Cosette so many times
Yep.
after you got that armor.
Justice.
The tail swings round in a wicked arc. I'm gonna need a strength saving throw from you, please.
All right, Phil, but you've hit your saving throw quota after this. Okay. It's like saving throw number 12 on the day.
Yeah, it's a lot of things require saving throws.
Take that.
I think you're good. Okay, so you nearly lose your footing as the tail crashes into your knee. You almost buckle, but then you regather your strength and you're able to stay
Oh, a
upright.
little sweep the leg.
You do, however, take 18 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
Because, boy, did that crit nicely. Eska, it's your turn.
So the Drake's Warden, who is standing on top of the hill in front of me, that I ran away from, how high is that? Is he from the valley below?
About 20 feet from where he's at. He's kind of like got to around about the high point.
I've always wanted to do this. That 20 feet's enough. So she's gonna run up behind him, and
Here we
she's
go.
going to cast Gust.
Yep.
She envisions in her eyes, or in her brain, Sylvaria's in front of her.
Yeah, yeah. So that is, she holds out a hand and a wind blast radiates as she dashes up behind him. And I think it's a strength save.
It is, yeah. You don't get a lot of strength saves. Although, literally just did one. What is the DC, please?
Oh, sorry, I forgot that. 15.
Oh, I see it at the bottom. Yep. That was a 13.
He is pushed 5 feet away from me.
That's enough. He has no idea what's happening, and suddenly is sent tumbling down off the edge. Here, roll 2d6 bludgeoning damage for me.
Let's
He
see.
gets sent.
6 damage.
And he is very much prone right now on the ground.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the damage. I've just always wanted to push somebody off something.
Yeah.
So
He absolutely went ass over tea kettle, hit a lot of rocks on the way down. There was enough of a slope that it wasn't just like a Wile E. Coyote type moment. But yeah, he just hit a bunch of stuff going down anyway.
And she's gonna with the momentum, she's gonna continue on, and she's gonna slide prone at the just a few feet from the edge of the hill there.
Alrighty.
And that is my go.
Alrighty. The Drake's Warden picks himself up. Dusts himself off. Drops his crossbow. Pulls out his mace. And strides towards Smokey. And swings once and twice, and oh my goodness, they're so bad at attacking. Does a 10 hit you?
No.
Okay, is there a chance that a 7 hits you instead?
Never.
Seriously, these guys are the worst. It's a good thing I got some other stuff that can actually hit. Okay, the other guy turns and tries to take shots at Lavinia with shaky hands. Well, if he wasn't terrified of her, that first one would have hit. Second one probably wouldn't have done. So he misses with both shots that just fly wide. And then he has to make a saving throw again, which he fails. And you just see, Eska, you can probably see this playing out over there. You see him like shoot wildly, and then you just see him clutch his head.
Oh.
And he like goes to one knee and looks racked with pain, like really bad. He is struggling to even stand at this point. He's that was rough. Like, you can't really see what's happening over there, but he is in a bad way. Cosette, it's over to you.
Yeah, okay. I imagine she like kind of blocked a little bit. I mean, she took the full damage, but like I imagine her kind of crumpled a little bit from the tail blow. So she kind of gets back to her full height and just kind of has this like really determined look, but kind of a little bit of a smirk too. And she's gonna swing at the blue one. Her flail.
And you see the blue one definitely looks in worse shape now than the red one.
Mm-hmm. 25 is a hit, I would assume.
That's correct.
It's immediately going to expend level 2 spell slot.
I had a feeling that was coming.
That's 3d8.
It is.
So 9 bludgeoning, 13. Yeah, what is the other damage?
Radiant.
Radiant, yeah. So 13
Yep.
radiant.
Okay. It's still standing, but that is a massive blow.
Okay, and she immediately just kind of comes over, like, over around her head and just brings the flail down on an attack. It's... Ooh, let me roll the d4 just to make sure. 18. If I'm still blessed. Plus 4,
yeah.
22.
Yeah, that's drop. Yep, definitely hits.
She immediately expends another spell slot. This is a
Ripping into him.
it's 2d8, right?
Yep.
So 13 bludgeoning on that one, and then is it 9 radiant? And 9 radiant.
Yeah. You bring the flail down, and there's that burst of yellow, and then there's a burst of dark green matter as the flail gets embedded in the skull of the creature, and then the skull sort of gets ripped to pieces by the burst of energy. The light quickly fades from the creature.
She picks her flail, but pulls her flail back, and then nudges the head of the creature out of the way, and just turns to face the other one. That's the end of her turn.
Nice.
Yeah, use them or you lose them.
Bardor, you have no idea that happened. You did hear off to your left. Thump, thump.
He's peeking around the rocks. Nice.
Closely followed by
Yeah. Somewhere, Cosette's beating up something.
and you are sort of still coming to your senses after that jarring pain through your skull.
Okay. Oh, as I am shaking my head, I'm assuming I'm going to see the nice glowy hammer swinging at the Squidward. So,
Yep, he's right there next to you.
I will take some shots at him. Yeah. I'm just gonna shoot at him behind this cover.
All right.
Do 13.
13 misses.
Okay.
Just sails wide.
Okay. Just trying to shake my head real quick and try to gain my bearing and shoot again. $18.
So you shoot, and shot looks good. And then he just casually flicks a hand, and you see an arcane barrier come up, and it blocks the arrow. And it just stops dead and drops on the floor in front of him.
That's not good.
Mhm.
Seeing
Just counterspelled your arrow.
Yeah, basically. I am just. Ugh. Don't want to be here, but I don't want to leave Claire either. I guess I'm just gonna grit and bear it and just stand my ground. And yeah. Probably, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna stay here.
Alrighty. Okay. He is going to... He doesn't like that you shot at him. Really doesn't like it. Kind of taking it personally. It looks at you. And looks at Claire. And it just sort of like tilts its head slightly. And you start to feel your head hurt again. And you start seeing things in the corner of your eye. Going to need a wisdom saving throw, please. And one from Claire. That hovered on the one.
It
I
did.
saw that too.
21 though.
Ruh-roh. Okay. So you feel this kind of like you're struggling to hold on to your thoughts, but then your determination and intense loathing keep you on target here. But you hear behind you a little whimper from Claire. You don't see anything change right now. She doesn't seem to be actively hurting, but something has affected her. Oh, and then it's her turn. So then you see, her briefly shake it off. Fancy that. And she tells her hammer to get swinging.
Taylor Swift did that. Shake it off. Shake it off.
Where is it? There it is. Heyo.
Nice.
The hammer swings hard. And yeah, I mean, you can tell, like, just the speed that it's going is powerful. You see the purveyor sweep an arm dismissively, and the barrier comes up like it did for you, and you see the hammer go straight through it and hit him hard in the chest. He takes 5 force damage. And you see for a moment a slight look of concern on his face. It's just fleeting, and then it's gone.
Mhm.
And then Claire will just stick her head around the corner just to get a better view. And then fire 1, 2, 3 magic missiles at him. And you see, they just puncture right through. Wait, do they puncture through? I can't remember.
Shield should stop.
It's okay. It's the other way around. In that case, she would know that. She wouldn't do that. Might be. I was forgetting which way around it was. She is smarter than that. She's smarter than me in this situation. And instead, do you look hurt, Bardor?
Do I look hurt?
Yes.
I mean, I don't think I would be like showing major signs of it, but I mean, I did have a brain pain.
Okay. She's just gonna firebolt the dude.
Yeah.
In that instance. Unfortunately, that does hit against the barrier, and just right in front of him, you see this little fire sort of like spread up this like arcane barrier and then dissipate.
Yikes.
And then she hunkers back down.
20s aren't hitting. Jeez Louise.
So much AC.
Eska, you now see Lavinia. Come down the hill a little ways. And she is just going to fire 3 magic missile bolts at not the purveyor, but at the weaveworm. So I'll just use those rolls from before because they're right there, and that's convenient for everybody. So Savaris, you just, as you're kind of focusing on this beast in front of you, well, not beast, getting ready to fight, you suddenly see these 3 little orbs of magic hit into its flank, and it reels from the damage a little bit, taking force damage. Yeah, that's it for now. So that makes it Smokey, your turn. You have one chap right up in your grill, trying to hit you with a mace, but not doing a very good job.
I am going to claw attack him. Oof.
Go for it.
Oh, Loki. You hit my dice.
You're so quiet, Angie.
Oh, sorry. Loki hit my dice, but it landed on a 4. And then, so 5 to hit. No, not 5. 11.
11 does not get through his armor. You just scratch at the breastplate that he's wearing, and doesn't make much effect, unfortunately.
Is that including... Oh, were you not blessed?
Yes.
I got a 1 for my D4 roll. It was including blessed.
Okay.
Anything bonus action movement?
No, I'm gonna stay with this guy.
Alrighty. So Varys, you're up.
The last time that it used its ability, did it seem triggered directly from the casting of a spell, or was it almost like of its own accord, not reactionary?
You would say probably the second option. The way that it's lit up was very much a reaction to the spell. But the burst it did seem to be of its own accord. It wasn't because you did a thing, it could do that necessarily.
Okay, so kind of discerning that, Sylvaris is gonna start strafing around to kind of divert its focus a little bit. Not directly towards the pair of the two of them. And whilst strafing around, does he have any sight over this debris, or is that debris pretty tall in between him and the purveyor?
You can probably see the top of his head from there. You're pretty tall. Down at this end, the tallest part is just below Claire.
Okay, that's like the peak.
Yeah, that's the peak. So down here is probably more like sort of 4 or 5 feet.
Okay.
So you can definitely see the top of him. You are technically also in the weaveworm's spot right now.
My apologies. I forgot how large they were.
Oh, that chunky boy.
Wow, yeah. Okay. So he's gonna yell out to Cosette,
Let us finish this and make our way to more pressing matters.
and his hand is gonna start crackling with lightning energy as he reaches out and does a shocking grasp.
Alrighty.
Boom. Oh man. 4 damage. Or sorry, no, 10 to hit.
10 to hit. So you reach out and grab it, and you see like the lightning streak up and down the length of the body, but it seems to just shrug it off. Not able to get through those thick scales.
Okie doke, does it.
When he says let's finish this, he means you finish this cassette.
I will hold his tail.
I'll distract.
As you try to hold its tail, it swings at you.
Oh no.
You're done angered it now.
Fair enough.
As a 23 to hit.
Ooh. That most likely is... That lands very accurately.
And then strength saving throw, please. As this tail hits you as it starts spinning around, so it can try and chomp at you too.
Of course, I move out of Cossette's. 14 with the bless.
14 is just not quite enough. And you are knocked prone.
As he's falling, he's...
And
While I've got his attention, Cosette.
so it spins around, knocks your legs out from underneath you, dealing 15 bludgeoning damage.
Word.
And then it spins around to bite down into you It does get advantage, but it did not crit. You'll be pleased to know.
That's good.
Nevertheless, it is still even higher. It was 25 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 14 piercing. As these sharp teeth chomp down and start crunching through your armor. And you feel these daggers chomping into your leg.
Oh, Savarius bellows out in a lot of pain.
It's just going to stay there and try and
Finish the job. Uh-oh.
Hey, when you said that, it definitely seemed to notice what you were saying, and it turned around and it did not like you. That is its turn. Eska, you're up.
What is the sky like? Is it cloudy? Is it cloudless?
Pretty clear, yeah.
Alright, so Eska will stand from her prone position and walk to the edge here, and looking down, seeing that the Drake's Warden has got up and seems to be attacking, Smokey feels a little guilt and will look up to the sky and hold the pendant at her neck, hold her arm up, and the light of the moon, she will pull down, and she will pull a sphere down from the moon and form a cylinder of moonlight right on top of the head of this Drake's Warden, and she will cast Moonbeam. He must make a Constitution saving throw.
I can do that. Constitution saving throw. Well, that's not very high. That is an 8.
An 8. That is not going to succeed, so that's going to be 2d10 radiant damage. 8 radiant damage.
3d10?
2d10.
For a refund.
2d10.
Oh, 2d10.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. Second. It's a bit aggressive, but it'll work. How big a thing is it?
5 radius, so I guess that's what, 10? Right?
Okay.
Or, hang on, 5 foot radius. Yeah, it should be 10 across. And yeah, I like that being the bomb. That's perfect.
Nice.
All right. He takes 8. 8. What damage?
Radiant.
Radiant.
Radiant. Okay. Yeah. So the moonlight just burns at his skin.
You know,
he doesn't like that.
you know what? I always forget this. That would technically be at the start of his turn. It's a confusing one.
Oh, it's one of those. Oh,
Yeah.
That's confusing. Gotcha.
So it's
Okay.
it's technically an expeditious maneuver fades off as she casts this, and that beam of light remains dimly lit there.
Yep. Got it. And you can move that, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. You have control of it.
Thank you.
The Drake's Warden takes the damage.
Nice.
Oh,
and
him.
Get out of the way. And steps out of the moonlight and tries to put Smokey between him and the moonlight. And then, well, you know, he's going to try and swing again. Oh,
Uh-oh.
16 to hit.
That hits.
We have a winner. Ding, 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 ding. All right. So he just, he's kind of spins around your back and just brings the mace into the small of your back, dealing 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okie dokie.
This other guy is going to try and shoot down at Bardor. Eska, you see over there, you can still see his hands are shaking. And with a little bit of extra moonlight now in the air, you can see there's like blood that's dripping from his eyes and his ears and his nose. He is in bad shape. But he's going to try and shoot Bardor. We might actually hit there. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Okay. More by luck than judgment. He fires a shot down, and you're kind of not really too aware of the threat, and suddenly there's just a bolt sticking out of your thigh. A second shot clatters off the stone just in front of you. That is 8 piercing.
Ow.
And then he's going to make a wisdom saving throw again. I should note have been a disadvantage. Yeah, no, he doesn't shrug it off. Yeah, that'll do it. Eska, you see he just crumbles in a heap.
Nice.
Clutching his head. Initially screaming, and then not so much with the screaming. One Drake's Warden left. What's that? Over to you.
Okay. I actually have to move to step forward, right? It's one space away from me. Uniform.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you're 5.
Okay. And is flanking in this game? Is that a thing?
No, not really.
Okay. She'll move up, following the sage advice of our battlefield savant, Silverius. She's gonna swing. Oof. Don't need to roll the blast. We're still blast, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But
Roll like
5 just on principle. 29 to hit. I'm gonna she's gonna do a expend a spell slide. Divine Smite. Fist.
Yeah. I am believing that.
But not
9
much.
extra radiant. Yeah.
22. Yeah, that's a crushing blow. You rip open some of those wounds that had healed up, and it's looking hurt again.
All right, and she's gonna do another like overhead smash.
The
23 to
damage
hit.
output is terrifying. When someone annoys cassette. Yeah, obviously, yes, 23 absolutely hit.
And her last spell slot.
I assumed as much.
So 13 bludgeoning, 6 radiant, 19 total.
wow.
You kind of hit it at the base of the skull, and it almost crumples. You kind of see it like scratching and clawing, almost losing its feet. It's just about hanging on, but it is in really rough shape.
I feel like normally she has this kind of finesse where, you know, she's using the weight of the flail and kind of swinging it where it kind of gets some extra damage based on like her form. Now she's just overhand, just using the Divine Smite to no form, no just straight attacking. She will move around and get next to Silverius and kind of say, stay close to me, I can help protect you. She'll kind of like lean her shield out, kind of covering both of them. That's it.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Bardo, before your turn, I forgot. I needed to do one of these.
Now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I need to save. Actually, I need to do a.
Yeah, did we say before this fight?
No, did not, unfortunately. No, but I need to make a concentration check, actually. Forgot about that.
Yes, correct. Do it again. Yep.
Baldur's Gate 3 sets up unreal expectations for D&D players when they find out there's no save function.
Just replay the session, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Bardo, it's your turn.
Oh. Jeez. I was just watching Cosette destroy stuff. I mean, not Bardor, but me. There's a giant rock in the way, and I just hear loud crunching thumps.
Yeah, you hear marmalade being created.
Yes. I'll shout out and ask Claire if she's okay.
There's no response.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I'm gonna pull my Falcata and charge the guy.
Alrighty.
Ooh.
I will say you can see that he appears to be focused too.
Focused, you say?
Yep.
Okay. Actually, before I move, how tall is this rock in front of me?
Roll a d10.
Four.
About 4 feet.
All right.
Give or take.
I'm gonna scrabble up this rock,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna jump off the rock
Yeah.
and attack the guy. Do the thing.
Classic
The
Bardo.
Bardo!
Oh, we haven't had a Bardo in a long time. You may take your first swing with advantage.
Yay. All right. So still have Hunter's Mark up.
Did you move it to him?
Yes.
Okay.
21.
21 hits.
All right. Sweet. So that is 14 damage.
Okay.
Actually, for it being advantage, do I get sneak attack with that?
Actually, yes, you would.
Right, so that's an extra d6. Let me go ahead. One. So that's 15.
Okay. So you bring down the custom-made Falcata. And turn to greet you. Knock my headphones off.
Uh-oh.
And crack into him, and you're now very up close and personal.
Yes, I am.
He didn't like that.
All right. So I'm gonna swing again with my Falcata. 15.
Yeah, that one just glances off his breastplate.
Yarp. All right, so I'm gonna kind of move to the other side here to try to get his focus off of Claire.
Oh, you feel like you've got his attention.
Well, good. I think. All right, that's the end of that.
He does have to make a Constitution saving throw. Yes, he passed.
All right.
And then it is his turn. This is the first time you've been this close to a creature like this. You're not really sure if there's a mouth, but you do get the worrying feeling that it's smiling at you. As it turns around to look at you, you see out of the corner of your eye a glowing white barrier come up around him and around you.
Oh, crap.
What?
Everyone else, as you look over there, you see Bardor and the purveyor, and conveniently, or inconveniently, depending on who you are, Claire's unicorn hammer, trapped inside this large, see-through but glistening white barrier. The one remaining weave worm lights up excitedly at this use of very strong magic. That is its action. It's not moving. Claire. Budor, you can kind of see Claire a little bit. Not very well. She is standing there, motionless. She doesn't pop out to heal Silverius or you. She just stands there. Let me just see. And you see the hammer just hang idly in the air in front of you. It does not take a swing.
Okay. Juju.
Alright, it is now Lavinia's turn.
I'm going to assume that she passed that wisdom save.
Lavinia rushes down, spins, and she can get there. And then Smokey, you see next to you a spray of green fluid erupt from Lavinia's fingers towards the creature. The creature? A bit rude. Towards the Drake's Warden next to you. He makes a Constitution saving throw. He did not succeed. And you see the poison coat him. And he takes, holy crap, quite a lot of damage. Yep. He is just coated in this poison, and you can see his skin's already been kind of burnt by the moonlight that was on him earlier, and now like his face is just almost melting off at this stage.
Ew.
He is hanging on by a thread. It's your turn.
Ew. Yuck. Uh. Hmm.
You're so quiet.
Is it gonna cost me an action to pull out my scimitar?
No. Also, while you do that,
Yeah.
I just realized I was wrong.
Uh-huh.
About Claire. So go ahead and swing.
Okay.
What are you wrong about Claire about?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you once Smokey's done slashing with a scimitar.
All right, flash away.
And Bless is still left. Oh.
Yes. Yes, bless.
17 to hit.
17 hits, yes.
Is it? 1d6. Eight points of slashing.
That is more than enough. You turn around, take a slash with the scimitar. It just unfortunately gets through, well, for him, gets through to his neck. And it's just one too much for him. Like, there's just one too many things that his body can't cope. And he collapses to the floor. Behind you there is a burning tower of moonlight. And you see Lavinia next to you. She's looking tired, but a little wild, and yeah, she's there.
Does she look injured, like badly injured, or just tired, like physically tired?
She has like a little dry blood coming from her nose. Oh, dryish blood. But otherwise seems fine.
Okay. Let's see, 5. I am going to now. That whole situation is also scary for Smokey. He's just gonna run towards the weave worm here. To see if anything needs to be done about this. Really trying to avoid the purveyor if he can.
Yeah.
He'd rather try to help take on a weave worm than that. Would I have seen Claire at all?
Yes, you would have, and you would actually see, as that white barrier goes up, you see Claire kind of shaking her head, and then you just see her like grit her teeth, and she like pulls her hair back tighter, and you see her like swing her arm. And as she does so, the hammer swings down towards the purveyor. That is another hit.
Sweet. bonk the noggin.
Yeah, he's facing you right now. He's not even paying attention to the thing that's swinging at him, and it just cracks him on the back of the head, dealing 5 force damage
Whack-a-mole.
as the blow sort of like sends shudders down his spine briefly, and then Claire like looks around and shimmies over, knowing that she cannot help Bardor right now, and looks down at just the carnage all around her, and she she is going to drop Bless and instead she's going to cast Aura of Vitality. So she's still concentrating. She just like utters a prayer, and there's you can't see this around her, but you just, everyone within 30 feet of her just feels a little bit calmer, a little bit invigorated. Specifically, Savarius, you regain 8 hit points.
That's good. That's good.
Does that reach to me?
You don't gain anything back.
Okay.
You think probably right now you don't feel that either. Technically it is an aura, so I can make it pop out. Getting a lot of overlapping auras today. And this one's a big old bubble.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you're just outside.
Okay.
But everyone who's inside that feels you just feel that the energy. But it's only Silveris who immediately benefits from it. Once again, you see the weaveworm light up excitedly at the expenditure of strong magic in the vicinity. Silveris, it is your turn.
Right. A lot going on right now. With Cosette coming over and kind of offering her shield, can I see that field that popped up over there in the vicinity? Can I quickly like ponder that, what that might even be?
Yeah, I'll give you a free Arcana check.
15.
That is literally just enough. You firstly, you know this is magic well beyond your abilities right now. This is
high level stuff.
This is a wall of force.
Oh shoot.
You know that it is impenetrable unless the person wants it to be got through, basically. That said, as you look over, you see the hammer hit, and you see this force field of energy briefly flicker, and then strengthen again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Silvaris, he was breathing real heavily, and when Claire came out and her aura kind of washed over everyone, his breathing calmed a little bit. And he's kind of seeing his allies converge, and it's going to kind of help bolster his second wind. So I'm going to get 10 HP back. Whew. And he's going to stand to his feet. And he's going to reach back out one more time in an attempt to grasp this weave worm in front of him with a shocking grasp. 8 to hit. Rolling just low.
Yeah, no. Again, you touch him and you see the crackling electricity around him.
And that will be it for now.
Right, lizard peoples.
I just cannot grab him. It's hard to come to grips with this.
Okay. So, big old Lizzie is going to assess some options. Also, still assessing its options. Yeah, no, it kind of looks around and is trying to assess threats. And it ultimately decides to take another swipe with its tail at Sylvaris.
Oh, I should have took the dodge action.
It can see you breathing heavily.
Bassette's gonna try to block it with her shield and give it use her reaction to give disadvantage.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, the first dice was an 18. Second dice is not. A bit lower. That is, what's your DC, Sylvaris?
14 base. Cause did I didn't have a shield, did I? From
I think you could have done.
don't know if I think because didn't we have? No, I do have a Drakesburg and shield apparently. If that's the case, then it should be 16.
Okay. So it hits.
No.
He cast shield.
Very good. So the tail swings around, and it's coming for your legs again, and you're able to block it off with your magic. It understands what you've done, but it's just pissed off now. It tries to bite. Ooh, so close. A 20 on the dice. Sorry, a 20 total. Not 20 on the dice. 20 total, so that just misses, right? Because you were 16, so still takes you to 21.
Yeah.
The damage rolled was 17 piercing. It was so close. Eska. It is your turn.
Is
No way, the weaveworm's not moving.
Is it still looking a bit rough?
Oh, it is. It is in terrible shape. It's lashing out ferociously while barely standing.
Okay. Eska's going to seeing trouble for Severus as well, seeing 2 unhappy lizards down there, she is going to point a hand at the one on 4 legs, and ice begins to form up her arm, and she lets it form and sort of crackle there, and then she flicks it out towards the creature, and I'm gonna cast a Chromatic Orb at 3rd level. Let me put that in the so I need to actually roll that. Let me see if I have it. If I can do it from my sheet. Yes, I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you should be able to.
Ooh, nice. 23 to hit.
23 definitely hits.
And that's 19 base damage plus a d8 for each level above the first. So that's 28 cold damage.
Right. How do you imagine that looks like when it hits?
So it sort of flicks off of shards of ice, and then as they're moving, they form into a spinning sphere of ice, and then as it hits the creature, it bursts, and little like needles of ice just pierce its skin all over its body.
And as that happens, it collapses. Very much deceased. Realize there's still Drake's Warden on here. That seems unnecessary. There we go.
And she just, after casting that, she just flicks the other particles of ice off her hand.
I don't need those on there anymore. Okay.
That's the first time she's cast that, so she actually looks concernedly down.
That was awesome.
That's got some oomph in it.
Yeah, that was a big old hit. Cosette, it's over to you.
Okay, can she see over to where the Mind Flayer is? She can see Bardor, right? Okay.
Yeah.
See what I guess she'll move. Did she move diagonally and get there?
She cannot get there.
Okay.
If you can try to get there, and then that barrier prevents you from getting through. If you think back to when you first encountered the Purveyor, you have recollections of a barrier like this that actually pushed you slightly away from him.
Okay.
As it blocked off the passageway when it first encountered you in the caves in the cliffs.
Okay. Is there an aura that I'm supposed to be seeing? I don't see it on. Or is this just...
You don't see it?
No, you described it, but I didn't know if you had put an aura on it.
Yeah, we don't see it. There it is.
Okay.
Might be.
I was asking because
I could see
that
it
rock was
really
in
well.
there. So I thought, oh, well, I could probably still squeeze in that square. Now I see. Okay.
That makes so much more sense.
All right. Well, she'll still go up to it and just like press her shield into it, and it just stops.
Yep.
Okay. spell slot. She wouldn't have really an idea. I mean, she would know from the past, but she wouldn't have the same knowledge that Silverius would, I guess. Okay, she's going to cast. She'll just use an action to lay hands on herself. 26.
Okay. You say 26? Well,
She'll keep. And yeah, she just sits there kind of frustrated. She's like trying to get to him. She doesn't know, really what to do. So she'll just heal herself and kind of stay there, I guess.
alrighty. Fardor.
Okay. I know that the shield is around me?
Yep. It is very clear.
Very clear. All right. Well. All right. Well. Then we'll just keep swinging. Nope. 13 did not hit. Try again.
Nope.
Huzzah! Natural 20.
Quickly scars to see if there's anything that can save me. Sure ain't. Yeah.
Big numbers. So
Very big.
So that is 27 damage.
27 damage from one hit. Jeepers creepers. It very much takes that damage. As you, rather than swinging wildly, the first swing was kind of wild and aimless. The second one, you just pause for a second and get right into the armpit where the breastplate ends and stab in. That is an epic amount of damage that it's just taken there. It does have to make a Constitution saving throw. Which fails by 1.
Wait.
You see, as it's racked by this pain, it clutches at its arm, and then you see the cage shimmer away from around you. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna stick with him.
Alrighty. It is his turn. It was not prepared for that.
Furious dwarf.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yeah, basically.
See, I was thinking that, but I was thinking that was going to be in my favor. Um.
Being able to watch the DM is something.
It is going to. Okay, it is going to cast Wall of Force again. Except this time it's going to center it differently.
Slice me in half.
It does go through where you're standing, but it pushes you 5 feet away. For the purposes of this, I'll just do one of these. And it just, the look it gives you does not fill you with confidence. It is staring a hole right through you. And in your mind, you hear it say, "We're not finished." That's his turn. Claire, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gonna come down here. Severus, you're still looking pretty awful, right?
Yes.
Oh, I only did one. 10 points of healing. And she just comes to you. She lays a hand on you, but that's not what's helping you. Essentially, it's still the spell that she has up. And she just says, "I don't know that we can get through that. It's tricky." And then she's gonna have her hammer try and club it on the back of the head. Because it was facing the wrong way and wasn't paying attention. It is going to use another shield to protect itself. As the hammer comes through and swings at it, it's going to just reach up and push up a shield to protect itself. The hammer is still in there with it.
Hammer MVP.
That's Claire done. Lavinia comes down and then kind of thinks better of it a little bit. Like starts to calm down and then gets very worried about the idea of clustering up. Having seen what happened earlier to everybody. And stays away from the fray. Smokey.
Smokey is gonna run up to Silvarius. And he's going to reach out and tap him on the shoulder to give him Long Strider. Or he'll cast Long Strider on him, which will give him...
Angie, if you're saying something, I can't hear a thing.
Sorry. I was saying things. Smokey's going to move up to Silvarius, and he's going to reach out and tap him on the shoulder and cast Long Strider on him. Let's see. I'll pull it up. So he'll get an extra 10 feet of movement.
For the next hour.
For the next hour, yeah.
Right.
Cool.
At level.
Yeah, boot. Boot is good.
Alrighty. Nice.
And that's all he's gonna do. That's
okay,
all he's.
yep.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna do.
Cool.
He's gonna nod to Claire. And then he turns towards the purveyor and he walks forward about 20 feet towards him and then just lets loose a ray of frost angrily right into the wall of force.
Yeah, and you see as the ice just like smashes and like coats the outside of the wall. Does not make it through.
And just says out to him, he says,
And you hide behind your wall of force wisely after your peons have been dealt with.
and just mocks him.
He feels mocked. Eska.
Eska is going to oh boy, why did that disappear? Hang on, I can do it from here. Yeah, okay. Eska is going to concentrate on her... Oh, I need to be over here. No, never mind. Concentrate on her moonbeam. Is going to center it above this wall of force. And just have it hover there. I presume it's not breaking through.
Correct. You can see the light comes down, and as it hits the wall, it, like, the substantive nature of this column of light gets diminished to where it's just regular moonlight that comes through. So he's now lit up a little better.
And she's going to head back along the side of the hill and attempt to maybe slide down where it's a little less steep, possibly.
Alright, let's have an acrobatics check, please.
That is going to be 22.
No problem.
Cool, so yeah, she's going to slide down here and then maybe head back into this pleasant aura. And
Alright.
yeah, she's just approaching for the moment.
Okay.
Probably bow drawn again, threateningly.
What's that?
Yeah, she's just gonna move over here. And just hold her action in case, for like an opportunity attack him. In case he comes next her.
You got it. Butter.
Oh boy. I will tuck away my Alcata and draw my bow and just hold my action. Shoot at him if I get a chance.
You all hear in your minds. I passed up the opportunity to feast on your minds once because they were weak. I see you are much stronger now. I should have been better prepared. Won't make the same mistake again. And after he says that, you see him close his eyes and disappear.
Of course.
Disappeared the wrong thing.
It was so surprising it
There we
broke
go.
my concentration.
All of a sudden, the moonbeam starts fully hitting down to the ground. The cage is gone. The force field is gone.
I
And
lower my bow and I just go, bitch.
and that is where we end the session.
Oh man.
Nicely done, guys.
That went sort of smoothly.
I feel like without having like an actual strategy, we all kind of did our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
Yeah, I mean, it turned into an ambush, so yeah.
A dread ambush.
Indeed.
But who was the
Indeed. Yeah.
ambusher?
Total props to Bardur and Cosette for massive amounts of damage, and then everybody else for carrying it the rest of the way, except for me.
You talking about? You were dancing around that lizard?
Just a dancing fiend.
You're
Yeah.
causing a major distraction.
Yeah, right.
That was consolidated damage sponge.
Yeah, Silverius is like, I didn't hear no bell.
Y'all don't know how close that got.
I had a feeling. I heard you getting nervous.
It was
Single digits?
very.
That absorb elements, man. Saved the day.
I did, yeah. It's true.
That hit hard. Jesus.
And I rolled low on that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I wish I had my channel to send that damage back, but I had used it. We hadn't
Oh,
rested.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
Yeah, that
I
was
wouldn't have liked that.
definitely a challenge because, going through all the stuff we did, I was pretty much tapped out. I couldn't use a lot of tricks. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta remember this. I gotta write this down for the next session. I've got Hunter's Mark on him.
Oh.